Okay, so in this lab, I will demonstrate about generating certificates for Expressway server. So here we will ensure that we have properly installed the certificate to the Expressway, and we will get the certificate generated, signed, and installed on Expressway. So for that, the first thing we need to do before generating our certificate signing request is to generate a type of certificate template for signing the request. And for that, we have a standard Windows certificate template in Microsoft Certificate Authority, for which we will need to RDP to the certificate authority. Let me log in. Done, done. 500. So now we are into our Windows machine where we have our certificate authority installed. This is the certificate authority installed, which we will be doing to demonstrate the lab. So here, first thing we want to do is we have to create a standard Windows certificate template. So let's open this. All right, we can see CLL-collab. This is our domain, Windows Server 1 CA. And in the certificate templates, we can right click. We can see some predefined templates. We can right click and manage, and we can see some different types of certificate templates over here. So what we have to do is we have to use a certificate template, and we'll create a new one just by using any template. We need the web server certificate for that. We can use web server, web client server certificate. So we need to generate a new template first that is going to be authenticated for both server and client. So here we will use the web server. So that's what we can do is duplicate this template, change this name. Before that, make sure that in extensions, you have application policies, server authentication. If you want client authentication also, you can add client authentication from here in the policies. So then this same certificate that will be generated can be used for both server and client. But the process has to be repeated. Once this is done, okay. So now we have a copy of web server. Let's just rename it, change names. So we'll name it MRA. That is what we are going to use it for, mobile and remote access on Expressway. Okay, and it should be added at the end, and we need to MRA. So our certificate template is created. So specifically what we need to do here is in the extensions, you have to apply the policy extension to the certificate template that will have it authenticate not just for server, but also client. So I have added both server and client authentication in this template. Name has been changed to MRA. Now, new certificate template is generated. We need to issue this new certificate template. So we have to go back. Close this. And to issue this new certificate, we have to click here, certificate template, right click, new, and certificate template to issue. From here, we have to select the template we have just created. RA here. Okay. And this, what this will do is this will make it available to the certificate authority for use when you're signing the certificate. So for signing certificate, it will be available now. So certificate authority task is done from this endpoint. Now, next we will generate a certificate sign-in request. For that, we will go to Expressway. Let's just close this RDP and go to our machine here, browser. Log into Expressway C. So I will show the process for one expressway, and it is the same for Expressway C or E. The same process is there. So here now we will generate the certificate sign-in request, then sign a certificate and upload the certificate in root certificate to our servers. On each server, we can do the same thing in Expressway C and E. So once we have logged in, mm, let's check credential. That's right. Let's read it lab. Admin lab. Okay. All right. So I'm in Expressway C now. So from here, I will have to go to maintenance. Under maintenance security, server certificate. In server certificate, we can see the server certificate data. If there is any, you can click show here and you will find it. First, what we need to do is for the template we have created, now we need to generate a CSR. Yeah, so under the certificate signing request, CSR, we can see there is no certificate signing request in progress as of now. So we'll click generate CSR. As you click this, it will ask you a few things to be filled here in the form. So first is the key length in bits. This is a modulus which is used to encrypt. So the higher the modulus size, the encryption will be stronger. So let's use the higher numbers. And these are the two default values we can use only. Then digest algorithm is SHA used. So there are different the size of SHA algorithm 256, 384, 512. We are using lesser one because that will then take less time to encrypt for our lab. Then in country, let's put US. And we need to provide all this information. Let's suppose California, San Jose. Organization, it's just a default name automatically comes up. Let's change it to Cisco. And organization unit, suppose training. Email address not required. Okay, once we have filled that form, generated the CSR, now you will see after some time that the CSR request will be generated here. Let's wait for it. Okay, it is done. And all right. So here we can see under the generate CSR request, we can see the option to download. So we need to download this certificate now. Let's save it. Okay, let's save it to our desktop. Let's just see this file. Let me just show you how it looks like. Mm, Just a text file here. You can open it with the text viewer and it looks like this. Let it reload. It begins with certificate request and end certificate request. This is the format it should be in, and it is encoded. So what we need to do now is from this file, we need to copy all this content from here. So let's just wait for it to load completely as we do not want any corrupted data to be copied. So this is encoded file here, and this is what exactly it should look like. So just see its format. It begins with begin certificate request and then ends with end certificate request like this. So we have to exactly copy this content once it is loaded. That is a bit slow. Once we have copied that content, we'll have to paste it into the certificate authority as a request so that the authority can then generate our certificate, right? And then for that, we have to copy. And here, let's try. So the entire content up to this last hash code has to be copied. Just Control C, copied it. Now what we need to do is we have to paste it into the certificate authority. So for that, we will log into our Microsoft Certificate Authority. Let's close this and open another browser for that. Let's use Internet Explorer. And on Internet Explorer, we go to 10.1.5.100. Hash cert SRB. This is the URL. This is our Microsoft Certificate Authority. All right. We are in. It is. Okay. Now we are in the front page of the Microsoft Certificate Authority. From here, we have to request a certificate, then submit an advanced certificate request. Use the second option to submit. And here we need to paste that code. So just paste, Control V. Certificate template, we have to select the template we created, MRA. Attributes not required. We can submit this. Once we do this, the certificate will be issued. Okay, the certificate is issued. We need to download it. It should be downloaded in base 64 encoded for Expressway. Click download. So this certificate will be used on the Expressway so that it can verify the certificate signed by the certificate authority. And we need to get a root certificate after that for the CA and install that on our Expressway also. So once this is downloaded, let's go back here. Okay. I want to copy this on the desktop. So let's go to downloads. I want to save this as, let's suppose, the extension will be CER for certificate. I'm changing the name to Expressway C. And I'll save it to your desktop. Okay, so this is downloaded and we have saved it on the desktop. Now let's go back. We need the root certificate also. Go to the first page here. And the last option, download a CA certificate, certificate chain. This is where we can get the root certificate. Click yes. And use base 64, download CA certificate. And save this also on the desktop. This one, let's name at root underscore CA. Desktop. Save. So we have now both our certificates, Expressway C server certificate, and we have our root certificate. Now, as we are done signing certificates for Expressway, this process needs to be repeated for Expressway E. If you're doing the same for Expressway E, all the process remains the same, and then install it on Expressway E. Next, we'll go to Expressway C now and do two things. So two things we need to do there is upload these certificates, install the root CA as a trusted certificate, and add the server certificate. So for that, we will go back to our Expressway. All right, in Expressway security and maintenance, choose trusted CA certificate. In trusted CA certificate, we need to upload. So click upload, browse from here. First, we'll choose the root. You can see it as signed. This is just a symbol represents it's a signed certificate. So then click append CA certificate. Should be added in the list. It is done. So we have successfully added the root certificate on Expressway as a trusted certificate, and it has been successfully managed and issued. Now, next we need to install the certificate for server. So that will be done in the second option, security server certificate. The trusted CA certificate is the root certificate, and then server certificate needs to be uploaded here. Browse. The name was Expressway E. Yeah, this one. Open and scroll down. Upload. Okay, so as both the certificates and as soon as the server certificate is installed, it is asking to log in again to re-authenticate with the new certificate. So that means everything is good. We should be just able to log in now. And at the back end, the new certificates will be verified and we have to confirm these. And as a recommendation after that, we require our Expressway to restart. So we can choose restart options and restart from here so that the certificates will be applied. It will take some time. And then once it has restarted, we will just view the certificate. Right, let's log in. And we can go to maintenance, security, server certificate. And this is where we can see it. You can click show decoded, and this is the certificate. Okay, we can verify want like information, version, serial number, algorithm used, which we used during the creation of the template SHA-256. Creation date is May 16, and it is just valid for 1 day for the lab environment. And these are the encrypted, encoded data there as part of the certificate. It's the URL, full name, so on. Is it? So certificate part is done. So as there are a lot of steps there, so let me just quickly summarize what we have done here is, and it's the same is a process for Expressway. It's just that in case of Expressway E, you need to have it signed with the public CA, and in Expressway C, you can have your internal CA and get certificate installed using internal CA. So for this, what we have done is the first thing we did was we had generated a template. We used the name MRA for it as we're using it for mobile and remote access on Expressway C and Expressway E. So first we have created the certificate. Then once the certificate was created, then we had to issue the certificate within the CA. Yeah. Then once it is issued, then we need to get it signed on the CA sign. So first we'll generate the CSR request on the Expressway. And then we have to request CA to verify and sign the certificate by just copy pasting the generated CSR request content to the CA. Once it has signed and generated a signed certificate, we can download it, and then we need to upload it in the Expressway. Now, along with this server certificate, we also need the root CA certificate for any other requests and all other certificates also. The root CA certificate is required. Upload on Expressway C and E root CA certificate as a trusted certificate. So you find these options and then you add the server certificate. And that's it. It was the process. You can view it under server certificates in maintenance. So this is a very important component of security in Expressway, and we need to have certificates installed. So this is how we do it. So this process remains the same, just the templates and the certificates vary for different types of requirement and certificates we need to generate for. Yeah, that is it.